I'm out of time.
Thank you. You know, I'm a veteran, so I'm kind of partial to veterans, and so, in fact, I think we've got a bill that'll be signed, hopefully, next week or so, that encourages an increased outreach for veterans in the STEM program. So, Dr. Tilbury, I guess you mentioned in your testimony that there's a veterans research supplement that attracts veterans into the STEM enterprise. Would you care to elaborate on that a little?
So we have a lot of programs to attract veterans into the research enterprise, research experience for veterans, and I believe they can work with a small business through an SBIR. So the small business would get a supplement to bring in a veteran to help them in their activities. I know we certainly do that for all the basic research awards that we offer.
Any others that want to comment about that regarding veterans?
Regarding veterans, what we see is disproportionately veterans come from rural areas in the South and West, so, and they're more sort of geographically isolated. People would like to return to their small towns, but there are not necessarily opportunities for them. And veterans make great entrepreneurs, right? They're just disciplined and they know how to work together. So I think this is an area where we could have more fruitful engagement.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I completely agree. I have a number of friends who are currently running small businesses, started from scratch, and the skill sets required to do that are a perfect overlap with what many people experience in the military, both in terms of their training and their experience, the creativity under fire, so to speak, the discipline, the dedication that it takes to see something through for 7 to 10 years. So pulling more veterans in is going to be invaluable in increasing the success of the program.
I would just mention in relation to rural communities, there are, the Midwest region has traditionally been kind of labeled as there's not enough capital, but investors are waking up and there's increasingly more investors are targeting Midwestern companies, including rural communities. So I think, to me, SBIR is a form of investment from the government. And so if venture capital is waking up to invest more, I think there is a case to be made for SBIR program to consider geographically diverse investments to support rural communities.
Well, what I just heard was good news, because most of those veterans, if they've been deployed or been in the service for a period of time, they probably just want to go home. And a lot of those you just mentioned from rural areas. So that's right. That's good news. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And now the chair will recognize the gentleman from the great state of New York again for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Madam Chair.